Hello everyone, and welcome to All Things Hadar. We are so glad that you are here. Welcome. If you are new, we are so happy that you have found us. Were led to us, someone shared us with you. However you got here, we're just very, very thankful and appreciative of you. For those of you returning, thank you guys so much for your continued support. I appreciate each and every one of you. As always, for everyone, only take what resonates, leave the rest. And if anyone is wanting to know more information about me, my other channels, what I do, etc., how I read, you can find that information in the description box below. And without any further ado, we're going to get going. I do apologize right now if my voice ends up going. Sorry. I've had a cold lately and been getting over it. So some of the lingering effects are, still just having my voice come and go and coughing here and there and sniffly. So I apologize. These are the decks that I was called to bring forward. We may or may not use them all. We may use some of them. We may use one of them. I never know until we get going. And I am guided and shown what we're using. Typically when the archetypal type of decks come out, it's sometimes, or I should say most of the time, an indication that we're going to be talking about something that could be let go of as far as a way of thinking, doing, believing, something along those lines. And then we look and see, well, what are we being invited to bring in? But let's see. Let's get going. I do pre-shuffle everything off camera, but I also like to shuffle on camera just so you can see and know that, a good shuffle has been done. It might sound a little crazy, but I like to go both ways with my cards because I try to keep them from getting that pattern of being folded in a certain direction. So, all right. Let's get going. All right, up most high, you may say God, Source, Spirit, Universe, Mother Earth, Mother Gaia, Great Spirit, Ancestors, whatever that is for you. Okay, most high, what messages are you wanting to give us for today? The cat's at the door. I tell you, he's got radar. As soon as I start the cards, he's wanting to come in. All right, we have co-create and time for a nap. May sound contradictory or like two opposites, but it's actually not. I'll explain in a minute. So for those of you who are into numerology or like to look into the numbers of things, we have 24 and 40. For those of you who are into spirit animals, totem animals, we have the fox, the owl, and the cheetah. Okay. So first one out, we have co-create. So we have the cheetah, the owl, and then we have this egg that has a face on it that also has a cheetah pattern. Now, I don't know the energies of cheetah, so other than they like to go fast, but I don't know if that's one of their energies as a totem animal or spirit animal. But I do know for owl, there's a lot of wisdom in there. There's a lot of ancient wisdom in there. A lot of insight. And this may seem like two opposites that are coming together because typically a cheetah would eat an owl, right? But and it may be a collaboration of some sort that is going to take place over a distance. Like maybe you are in two different countries, two different states, two different cities, whatever that is, two different planets for some. Whatever that looks like for you. But there is some sort of collaboration opportunity. And then we have time to take a nap, which again, I feel like has multiple messages, and it may seem quite contradictory, especially when the owl takes flight and the cheetah covers the ground, and they can both cover a pretty good space of time very quickly. And then we have this almost like a timeout, time to take a nap. But I feel like what I'm getting anyway is the first thing that came in was maybe an idea that comes in through dream time, or just even when you're not asleep, but in those spaces right before you fall asleep and right before you fully awake. I forget what state that is, but you know, there may be ideas or concepts that come to you. Maybe the next step to take comes to you when you're in this sleep state. The other message of that is the need and the importance that, especially when things move quickly, right, to take the time to still take self-love, self-care, self-nurturing, right, and ensuring that you're getting a good amount of sleep to help support your body when you're doing this moving forward space. Okay, where else are we going? All right. You know, for some of you, I'm also getting that this time, take time for a nap, maybe some of you are being invited to take the time to step back. And when you're making these choices and decisions, making sure you give yourself the time needed to, you know, think about it, look at it, make sure it's something that you want to do, make sure that it sounds like a, you know, fair, balanced kind of thing. Make sure, check in with yourself, with your soul, and see, is this aligned for me? You know, sleep on it, as they say. All right, what other messages do you have for us? Thank you. That's too many. And before I could even put them back, they went back in on their own, and these did not. Okay. All right, we have solitude in reverse. So here's the thing. When we're in solitude, there's a lot of this self-reflection. There's healing. There's downtime. There's rest time. You're like on a pause, right? You can be on this healing time. You could be in this time of just fortifying yourself, maybe taking in and, you know, looking at what you've learned and how can you apply that kind of stuff. But it's in the reverse. So I feel like it's saying that I feel like it's saying whatever pause time you are on, that it's now time to move forward. You've done your reflecting. And I feel like, again, this is just saying, it's just, you know, making sure that you keep yourself well rested, but it's not a pause anymore. Yeah, see? Oh, that makes so sense. Oh, wait. This is number 13. And I am not seeing any animals on here. On that particular one. All right. And then we have coming to life. We have a butterfly. So transformation. This is someone who is like, I'll show you in a minute. She's literally carved out of wood, and her one leg is still fully wood. But the rest of her has come to life, and she's holding this light. So she has this connection with spirit. The light within, she's reaching for the light. She has harnessed the light. She has the light. And this is what is bringing her to life. So I feel like whatever this co-creation is, this is something that could really be bringing you to life. Energetically speaking, you know, mentally, emotionally, physically, spiritually, energetically, whatever that looks like for you. All right. We have the magic stream. And I don't know if this is a herring or a crane, but that is the bird that is here. I'll show you in just a moment. We do have a waterfall here that comes down and rushes in, right? But then the water out here is very, very tranquil. And I feel like, to me, the message of this card is, and there's a suggestion of a rainbow back here. Yeah, a rainbow. There's a rainbow here. I would say that, to me, what this is saying is, again, in that time when you were in the solitude, you had to address all of this flooding of emotions. But now you're here in this tranquil space, right? And it's the magic stream. In this, you are now in this energy of manifesting what you want to bring forward, with the butterfly that is over here in this coming to life. And then we have, again, a crane or herring. I'm not sure. You'd have to look it up. I want to say that one of them, I don't know which one, but I feel like one of them, or maybe both of them, talk about good luck, good fortune. But don't quote me on that. You'll have to check that. But I feel like this is almost like a very sacred space. It's really allowing yourself that time and space that you needed to get ready. I also feel like it's almost like like when you cleanse and you wash yourself clean, right? That holy water dipping. Okay. So I'm getting that, you can literally just, again, get yourself grounded and connected in whatever way it is you do. And you can literally, set your intention, visualize, whatever it is that works for you, right? This body of holy water, imbued and infused with holiness, with cleanliness, with purity, with joy, with happiness, with health, with healing, filling it up there with all the things that are high vibrational that you would like, right? And then literally taking your concept or your idea and dipping it into this magic stream, this stream of dreams coming true, this stream of beauty. It's really quite beautiful. All right. So this is the deck they showed me. Yeah. See, so we're going to look at now, like, what are we being invited to let go of so that we can allow this to come forward? And what are we being invited to bring in so we can allow this to come forward? And I'm pretty sure I said solitude, the number was 13. Coming to life, the number is 29. And magic stream, the number is 18. All right. I need a drink, just a minute. Oh, sorry. I have been floating away with so much I've been drinking of teas and, oh my goodness, just, yeah, tea, and water, and I'm having a cup of hot cocoa now. I haven't had any, so. All right. Thank you. So let's talk about first, what are we being invited to let go of? When it comes to the archetypes, what are we looking at? What are we being invited to let go of? In regards to this, what are we being invited to let go of? Feel free to move forward. Oh, okay. The healer. Now, just hear me out, okay? Each of these cards, in case you don't know, has a light attribute and a shadow attribute, okay? So for the healer, the shadow attribute is taking advantage of those who need help, failing to care for one's self. Now, I feel like for the bulk of us, this is talking about failing to care for one's self. You know, if the other part is you about taking advantage of those who need help, this doesn't necessarily have to mean like, oh, you sit there and you plot and plan. It can literally be of something like, I don't know. I'm sorry. I can't think of anything, but you would know, you would know if that's you. And let me just address if that this, because apparently this is for someone. If you are in the shadow attribute of the healer, where you're taking advantage of those who need help, here's the thing, and I'm just going to do this really quickly, and then we'll move on. It can frequently be an issue that there's a lot of imbalance in a variety of ways, because there's a lot of conception out there that, well, if you're a healer and you know how to do this, you should just do it for free. That's not true, because this creates imbalance, right? But then it's the same of the other way of when you have whatever this is as a healer, and I don't care if it's energetic or non-energetic, physical, whatever. And this isn't just, anyway, bottom line is, if you know you have this thing and you know that this is going to make extreme difference for everybody and can create a lot of healing and a lot of balance, blah, 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 in whatever it's about, okay? But you want to be able to make yourself rich real fast. So you're going to charge like, so that only a certain group of people are going to be able to have your services. Well, you might want to look at that. I'm not saying that's wrong. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that it's wrong if you're wanting to make X amount of dollars in your trade. All I'm saying is look at what is in the motivation behind that, okay? And I say that because someone needs to hear that, because there's like the group of us that way undersell ourselves, and then there's the group that way, I'm literally hearing the words that there's an over-promising happening for someone. And I think it's also important, though, if you're wanting to come back into alignment with yourself, right, with your integrity, everybody has to start somewhere. Everyone has to start somewhere. None of us are perfect. Being aware is the first step. Acknowledging it, right? Okay, I can't lie to myself anymore. This is really what I'm doing. Do I want to be this way? Do I not want to be this way? You know, yes. Okay, well, then that's your choice or decision. No. Okay, well, that's your choice or decision. Now, how do you shift that? Well, I would say the next thing is don't get caught up in judging and beating yourself up. We all screw up. We're all spiritual beings, yes, but we're also all having a human experience. And it is important to not get stuck into that loop of self-condemnation, self-judgment, self-hatred, tried, convicted, and, hung kind of thing, right? It's, okay, I screwed up. I can change it and heal what is behind that and move forward, right? And even if you don't know what's behind it, like you can't pinpoint it, it's, again, setting your intentions, whatever this is, right? Bringing it to my conscious awareness so that I can heal it and move forward. If I don't need to have it in my conscious awareness, maybe it's something you're carrying from ancestors or from a collective or collectives. Maybe it's something, who knows, but, right? You can set your intention to heal it, even if it has to be labeled as it, right? It's a process. We're all a process. For the other group of you where it is just not taking care of yourself well, again, maybe this is why you were put in this place of solitude. Maybe this is why you're coming to this magic stream. Maybe this is why you're being encouraged to take a nap. As always, only take what resonates and leave the rest. If this isn't resonating with you, then it's not for you, and that's okay. No judgment on anyone if it's not for you. No judgment on anyone if it is for you, right? so it is real, and especially like I said over here when we were talking about taking a nap, it is really important to make sure you're getting rest, especially when things start moving really quickly, because it's easy to quickly, and then, oh, we crash, right? We've worn ourselves out. So I do feel it's really important to make sure you're taking care of yourself, and, you know, eating healthy, clean food, hydrating with clean water, water not laden with chemicals. It's about making sure you're getting a good amount of sleep, you know, go for a walk, right? What else could we be being asked to let go of? Let's get one more for letting go of, or at least one more, and then we'll move on. What else are we being, thank you. Where'd it go? Warrior. The shadow is trading ethical principles for victory at any cost. And the other part is indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So, oh, and I don't think I showed you the picture of that. That's why they told me to pick it up. Trading ethical principles for victory at any cost and indifference to the suffering inflicted on others. So here's what I'm hearing. The suffering inflicted on others is what really like jumped out at me. And I feel like it's actually just the opposite, because it feels like it's going into this one over here on the failure of taking care of oneself. It's almost like, to me, how it's reading in this particular reading is, when we are a warrior, sometimes we can quickly get swept up in the need of others, right? And we're always so busy fighting for others, taking on the underdog. We're doing everything we can to help, which frequently has us stepping into other people's journeys, and that's not our role, and that's not anybody's role but theirs. And it typically happens at the cost of our own self-care. And it also makes sense, right? Where if we are so focused on winning something, completing something, coming out ahead at something, even if we're in competition with ourselves, we can end up putting things aside that we know we need to pay attention to, or we know we can forfeit the self-care because we just know, I want to finish this, or no, I need to do, whatever that may be. So I feel like we're really being told it's time to rein it in. Again, only take what resonates, leave the rest. All right, what are we being invited to bring in? What are we being invited to bring in? What archetype are we being invited to bring forward to help us through here, and or once we're through it? As I was gonna, okay, every time I was gonna say, well, if you want to move forward, you know, blah, 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 then just go ahead and then they pop out. Okay. Two at once, we have Midas, Miser. Oh, I think I did show you these. Okay. All right. We have Midas, Miser. So in the light, this is entrepreneurial or creative ability, co-creating, to turn anything to gold. Delight in sharing life's riches. And I think this is so beautiful because, again, we have two. So we have two people facing in totally different directions. We have one that is like turning out this money, or these I don't know, almost look like some form of nut. And then like the other person is catching it, and then they've turned it into gold. So it is like a co-collaboration that is happening, a co-creation of something. This is the something, whatever that is. And it's like, it's a cycle. The two of you are working together to create that. All right. So there's the Midas and Miser. Midas and Miser. All right. And next we have the Bully. So the light attributes of the Bully is highlights your tendency to intimidate others, helps you confront the inner fears that bully you. So internally, and see how I said over here that this warrior, this was about, you know, being so focused. I'm sorry, just a moment. Oh, sorry, my throat's getting really dry and I'm going to start coughing. Being so focused on the other rather than the self, on the outer external versus the internal inner, right? And this, you know, the Bully, this is about helping you to confront your own inner fears that bully you. So I feel like from that message, I feel like that there may be some of you who are maybe afraid to do this co-creation for whatever reason. Again, it's not about judging yourself. It's just about learning how to come to an understanding about yourself so you know how to best support yourself. This could be around things like, you know, well, I've done this before and it hasn't worked. Well, I've tried this and that and it hasn't worked. Can so hear you there. So, and then I'm also getting that for some of you, these are things that you have been taught, like not just through family, but through societal conditioning, society beliefs. So there could be something that you're wanting to co-create, or that you get an opportunity to co-create about something. And there feels like there's a big concern about, well, what would people think? Well, what would my family say? Well, what would my friends say? Well, what would, you know, this group of people that I hang out with, or this group that I am associated with, or this, you know, blah, 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 what would they think? And, you know, it comes down to you have a choice or a decision to make, right? Are you going to move forward in a way that is aligned for you, or are you going to move it in a way that is aligned for other people, which puts you out of alignment with yourself? One more. Okay. All right. Let's get a card for over here for the healer and the warrior, please. Just in case you don't know, I don't take them unless they actually come out, unless I feel really guided to do that. It's okay. Breathe. Illusions are moving out to allow the opportunity for true change. Allow opportunity for true change. So it feels like maybe there, like I said, you know, there's been these conditioning, right? There's been conditioning that has just really gotten in the way of how you look at things. Yeah, see? Okay. Next came out, gain control of mind and emotions. This is where you manifest, which is why we're being, why illusions are moving out, why we're having this brought to our attention, and we're being told, hey, you know what? Maybe check into that, because these are where, you know, you're moving in the shadow attributes of the healer and the warrior. The illusions can move out, right? They're moving out. Again, ground, connect, set your intentions, speak through what it is you're wanting to move out. And if you don't know, again, illusions, untruths, however you want to word it, I would say it'd be a good idea to invite those things to clear out, you know. If it's meant for you to come to your conscious awareness so that you can understand and learn, great, bring it to my conscious awareness, but move it out. If it's not necessary for me to actually know, especially if they're things that aren't like yours, but that you've been caring for, then fine, but move it out thoroughly, completely, all spaces in between, right? Just move it out, cleanse the space, and let's bring in what is true and accurate and is aligned for me, right? Gaining control of mind and emotions. This is where you manifest. Well, if this stuff is out of alignment, if this stuff is being influenced by illusions, if it's being influenced by conditioning from society, then it would make sense that we want to gain control of that, not in a kind of way, but in a, okay, hold up here. We're getting out the garbage that is controlling me instead of me being in control of it, right? And bleeding heart syndrome. Didn't I say that I was feeling more that it was about those who are so focused on other people suffering that it's at the cost of their own self-care? Bleeding heart syndrome. And this is a common one for Hadarians. Again, it's not about judging ourselves. Okay, we're aware of that. Now, help me to heal that. Help me to shift that. Help me to be aware of when I'm doing that so that I can then take steps to clear the energy, clear my energy, and then knowing where is that line, right? Where is that boundary line? Where is it? This is mine for me to do and that's theirs. And, you know, we need to just let them do their thing. It can be very, very hard because we can get so wrapped up in all the suffering that it paralyzes us. But think about this for a minute. It's not like you're turning your back on somebody and you're a terrible person. Again, go to the analogy of the plane and the oxygen masks, right? They tell you, well, take care of yourself first and then you can do the person next to you. Okay, great. Think about this in an expanded version though. If you are in a situation where there's this oxygen mask and everybody's supposed to get one, but you have various people who struggle for whatever reason to get their oxygen mask down, get it out, get it on, get it turned on, whatever the case may be, right? Yes, I realize they're supposed to automatically return on. I'm just, work with me here. If we run around trying to do everybody else first, but we didn't put our own on, we're probably only going to get to a few people before we end up dying, right? If we put our own on first, we could help everybody on the plane and at a much quicker pace and space because we have what our body needs in order to keep functioning, going, and moving. But, and again, take a different analogy. We all know that we have vibrations, frequencies, and energies that we are always putting out there, right? There's always this rippling effect, yes? We are always catapulting outward whatever it is we're feeling. And if we are in a low vibing place and space, if we are not taking care of ourselves, which really drains us, and for those of you who are a part of this channel and or those of you who know me and or have been my clients, I'm sure you can tell that my energy levels are not the normal that they are in this moment because I'm still recuperating, right? But I've taken the time to take care of myself. And this is just a spur of the moment thing. It was like, you know what? Really missed doing this. I just want to do one or two real quick today and then I'll rest, right? Why? Because I want the quality of what I have internally, which gets expressed outward externally, to be of good quality. And that's not going to happen if I'm not taking care of myself. So I would say definitely for some of you, there is bleeding heart syndrome happening and it's time to do some cleanup work. Okay. All right. What about over here? Are there any messages over here for these good parts, these light attributes, these high vibrations that we're wanting to bring in? Is there any messages for over here? Yeah, refocusing on you. That is going to help you and support you. Oops, that's too many. That's going to help you and support you. That's too many. Oh, okay. All right. So what came out over here? I said it was too many, and they were like, yes. They're like, and your point is. So refocus on you. This is really going to help you here, okay? And help you in this co-creating and in this whole journey and help you over here. Refocusing on you. Respond versus react. Ah, that's good. Respond reverses reacting. I like that. You know what? We're gonna write that down. We're gonna write that down. Respond reverses reacting. Responding reverses reacting. I like it. Okay, so respond versus react. That is going to help you because, again, presence of mind. Instead of falling to the old of just, right? Oh, I got to go do this for somebody. Oh my gosh, they need my help. Oh, no, right? And there's that, right? That kind of energy. It's always in this warrior jump forward kind of energy. And it's like, that's not serving anybody. That's not, you might think you're helping that other person or persons. They might think you're helping them. But in reality, it's creating a lot of misalignment for all parties involved. Okay. Positive affirmations may support and assist you at this time. So again, and we were told to gain control over mind and emotions. So it may be a good exercise to come up with some really good positive affirmations. If you don't know, or you just feel like you can't think of any, no sweat. Check them out online. You can put in a search for them and you'd be amazed at the plethora that'll come through. And I'm sure there has to be something out there that would speak to you. But, oh yeah, see, that's what I want. And sometimes all we need is a couple of ideas to really get the juices flowing for ourselves. All right. And the last one that came out is be open to an apology coming your way if aligned. It doesn't mean you have to let them back into your life. And this is big. That second part is huge. Just because somebody apologizes to you does not mean you have to let them back into your life. Right? Forgiving doesn't mean that you, this isn't saying it's necessarily about forgiving, but forgiving doesn't mean you have to let somebody back into your life. If they are not aligned, they're not aligned. If they're not good for you, they're not healthy for you. And again, I would say pay attention because we have illusions. Sometimes people come with false apologies because they'll apologize, but it's because they really are wanting something else. Okay. Somebody who apologizes and it's genuine, it's just an apology. They don't have any hidden agenda. They don't try to wheedle their way back in. It's just an apology. I just want to make right a wrong. That's it. And go your merry ways. I mean, maybe you'll let this person back in your life if it is aligned. Maybe you won't. No judgment on either one. But to me, somebody who comes to me and apologizes without any expectation of, oh, well, let's do lunch. Well, let's talk, or I'll call you tomorrow. Just apologize. To me, that's sincerity, right? But somebody who's coming to you with, okay, well, now I've apologized. Will you do me a favor? Oh, well, can you tell me this? Oh, you know what? I was just thinking of this and you're the only person I know. Or you know what? I'll call you tomorrow. Or, and especially if you're like, I accepted the apology. I didn't really want to establish a friendship again. But you don't speak that. You don't say that, right? Then again, you're putting yourself out of alignment because now you're opening up in the bleeding heart syndrome. Well, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Well, they did apologize and I want to make them feel bad and say, I really don't want to have a friendship with you. Bleeding heart syndrome. Okay. So So it's time to think on that one for a little bit, okay? It's time to think on that for a little bit. Oh, this deck is getting so big. I really do need to split it up, but I just love it so much. It's just, I can't split it up. I love them. I love these decks. I can't wait to get these with color and anyway. All right. All right, do we have anything else to add to this side over here with the healer and the warrior? Anything else to add, please? Oops, oops. Thank you. Yeah, see, keep moving. And call out your powerhouse self. Yes. So keep moving. You know, you're doing it. You're doing it. And keep moving. And there's going to be times when you're going to feel challenged and you're going to want to give up. But we're being told, keep moving. You can do this. Keep going. Keep moving. Keep, you know, you got this. You've definitely got this. And you're being encouraged here. Call out your powerhouse self. Again, guys, you have the ability to do this. Get yourself grounded. Get yourself connected. You know. Sorry. You've got a powerhouse inside yourself. Many of us have been disconnected. We've shut it down. We've disconnected from it. We've, you know, smothered it. Call it forward. Call that powerhouse self of yours forward to bring you forward healed, healthy, balanced, and aligned. And to be connected with your powerhouse self. To be in the flow with your powerhouse self. And to do it with balance and alignment. Because again, here, like the light attribute of the warrior is strength, skill, discipline, and toughness of will. Heroism, stoicism, and self-sacrifice in conquering the ego. Okay? That is self-inner work. This isn't about running out there trying to conquer other people or things or this or that. This is about bringing yourself into a state of mastery. Mastering your mental and emotional. Mastering your things that are your challenges and bringing them into a state of balance, alignment, and harmony, creating mastery of the self. Okay? I love that. What do we have for over here for this side? Okay, refocusing on yourself, respond versus react, positive affirmations. What else do we have? That's, oh wow, no, that's too many. That's way too many. All right. All right, so remember when we talked about this apology, right? And it doesn't mean you have to bring somebody back into your life, but we do have unfinished business. So there may be an apology coming your way, and it's just to finish it. It's just to close it out. And see what I said? It doesn't mean you have to bring them back into your life. It is bringing closure and finalizing something, whether it's for one of you, both of you, or maybe not even for either one of you. I know that may sound strange, but again, remember, everything has a ripple effect, right? It could simply be that finishing up of whatever that is closes that out, which then energetically and in other ways as well make room for new to come in. And then we have, again, what are you exposing your temple to and filling it up with? Your body is your temple. So again, it goes back over here to this taking the time for a nap, taking that time for this, coming to life. You're wanting to make sure, because I don't know about you, but you know, when I have things happening, it's even more important for me to take even better care of myself, because it does take a lot of energy, right? which again, I think somewhere up here I said something to the effect of, making sure then you're eating clean foods, you're drinking non-chemical laden filtered water, and check what the filtering is, because filtering can have chemicals in it. Clean eating, clean water, plenty of rest and sleep, getting your movement, even if you're just going for a walk, doing your gardening, doing something that creates movement, go to the gym, go for a bike ride, go play a game. I don't know, whatever that is for you. I mean, a physical game, but really, and then having your downtime, allowing yourself that downtime to really addressing and helping and supporting your body. Okay. So this is what I have for you guys. I hope this message was helpful to you. I believe we have a lot of direction and understanding here. I also believe that, understanding, we've touched on the past and what has been going on, what is coming your way, and what you can shift this into wherever you're at in that process, right? We've also been given steps of how to help and support yourself no matter where you are in this. So anyways, guys, I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the reading. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, the notification bell, and definitely share if you know anyone who you feel could benefit either from this message or from this channel. This helps me. Yes, of course. It helps our channel also. Yes, of course. Even bigger picture, again, ripple effect, right? Ripple effect. This has the ability to help many others. Okay. So until next time, guys, I'll talk to you soon. Bye.